Go ahead.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
You're up.
Windows right here.
It's all right. We're just recording this like we're students. We're not even trying to be pro on this.
What are we doing? What are we
Trying
doing?
to-
Discussing.
It's
We have to discussion.
You know exactly what we're discussing.
I do? You talk
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I know what we're discussing, but what do you want
I'll
me to talk
introduce
about
it.
it?
Are we on?
Is it
I want you to start
recording?
with the na 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 na.
No, I will not start with
I want you to
I'll
start with
do
the
it.
na 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 na. Jesse will. Fine.
Na na na. Oh, what?
There you go.
We're going na 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 na.
That's good. That was
Alright,
cute.
bring it over here.
It's like,
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the topic today is a very hot and obvious topic of what we've been going on is the budget cuts here for higher education from the Utah legislature. So why don't we open up the floor, you first, because she's good. Ding. And we're going to pan over to you and let's just hear your thoughts.
okay, well, basically, we really need you to not cut our budget so extremely because here at Salt Lake Community College, we're looking at up to a 5% increase in tuition. That's even after a lot of the cuts we're making within our institution. Like we're cutting a few programs, we're cutting up to 800 courses, which it's really difficult to find a class already that works with your schedule. SLC tries really hard to work with everyone's schedules and make it accessible. But with these cuts, it's just becoming more and more difficult for us to do it. So,
And how many people are also working full-time that go to this school?
I'm not sure the percentage, but it's a very high percentage. It's a lot higher than a lot of the other institutions in Utah. So,
Another
It's
question
definitely
for
one.
you guys.
All right.
Let's see, isn't it true that here at Salt Lake Community College, a lot of individuals receive their education where otherwise they would be completely just out of luck? Probably, doing your average backbreaking or burger flipping, is that correct? That sort of thing? I don't mean to be so
Definitely.
blunt.
It's true, but yeah, that's me. I'm 28. I just started school this semester or last semester because I couldn't afford it. There was nothing I could do to go to school, as well as work and make it through school because I just couldn't afford it. And so I finally had the opportunity to afford it. And when tuition goes up, it's like, okay, well, there goes another 10 years.
it's true. And our tuition's half what a lot of the other universities' tuitions are. There's other colleges like community colleges in the state, but ours is the most accessible. We have more campuses than anyone else. We have 60,000 students at SLC. It's huge. A lot of students come back here to get like classes that at a lower cost to transfer back to wherever they came from, or they come here just for a year so that they can raise the money for wherever they're going, or they just come here for 2 years to get some type of degree, like for instance in like cosmetology, anything like that, where they're going to make more money just being certified to do something.
I know that the police force also, we have that
Yeah,
here.
our Miller
And
campus.
that's a big thing because the police force here is, they're constantly looking for people, and this is one of the main places that they come to. So.
I can say on a side note, being a student here, agreeing with Keely, I've been here for 4.5 years. By the time I finally get my associate's degree, I've been here for a solid 4 years, about 5 years it'll be. And it's because of the increase of tuition every semester, I'm noticing how bad it's affecting me. I can't keep up with the full-time student status because it's costing me way too much to keep up with. So the increase of tuition is affecting everyone, whether you're 28 years old, 22 years old, or 18 years old.
Alright, well, on that note, how about I just ask you guys, because I'm, frankly, this is my first visit to this campus, or any Salt Lake, community college campus. Do you guys, because I'm sure you associate with a lot of your classmates, do you know anybody personally that you suspect or know for a fact might be substantially impacted by budget cuts? Maybe they wouldn't be able to attend here?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely. I know
Yes.
multiple students that work full-time and that they go to, I was actually just talking to one, she's out, probably at class right now. She goes to work full-time during the day and then she takes night classes. The accessibility to those night classes is going to go way down with those cuts because we're going to have to cut back on a lot of classes. We're changing the way we do our schedules, and the only reason we're doing that is because we really need to utilize our space and utilize our faculty so that we get the biggest bang for our buck, basically. And so she's going to have fewer opportunities for classes next fall, and we'll just see how that affects her. And her tuition is going to go up also. So, let's see.
I have in one of my chemistry class, I believe, there's a single mom that goes there, and she just comes straight from work to class, like probably the woman exactly like her, and she's trying to support her whole family, and she's doing prerequisites for nursing. I believe she's a CNA right now, and before you can get into nursing, you have to get through these classes, and she's struggling to get by with one or two. And exactly like you said, if they cut those classes out, she's kind of stuck in one spot, and with the economy like it is, she's not going to go anywhere. Throwing a fact at you, okay? My friend, huh?
Let's have it.
Okay, well, I'm giving it. Okay, so my friend applied for a job recently. It was a secretary job. It wasn't like a high competitive job. 400 applicants. 400 applicants, and only 15 got on a call for an interview. She was lucky to be one of them, and the woman was just like going crazy over that. There was another job that I heard about too.
Because I've been looking for a job pretty much since August, and there are at least 100 applicants for every job that is open right now. So for a college student right now to get a job, we need flexibility, we need enough money to get through, plus to pay our bills. I mean, rent is at least, what, $500 to $600 at least, plus there's food and utilities and insurance, car upkeep, and it's not easy to drive right now. And all these things, it's so much. There was a guy that came to talk to the school a few weeks ago who was talking about budgeting for school, and he said that just supplies alone, just school supplies alone, for a year is over $1,000. I mean,
that's how much we're spending.
That's how much we're spending on tuition. That's how much we're spending on food. I mean, thousands of dollars, and there's not jobs. There's not opportunities for us to get money. With all the budget cuts, I'm sure scholarships are going to go down. It's harder and harder to get financial aid. So yeah,
And if we want the economy to bounce back, school is the last place you want to cut money out of.
Exactly. Exactly.
Our economy.
We're going to bounce. That's how we'll bounce back.
Our economy is so unfair to us right now. They're just like you guys are talking about single parents. There's a young lady in my diversity class who actually has 2 kids, maybe even 3. And she has to work 2 jobs to go to school and to balance herself out. And with that, she's going to lose a lot of opportunities, or might have to stop going to school, or even lose her job because she can't take care of her kids and go to school with the new switches that we're having. But one big thing that I've noticed, I mean, for myself, it's too hard to find a job right now. I just recently got laid off from my job. I was working there for 2.5 months, and they let me go because they didn't have enough money to keep staffing up. And I've been searching for a job day and night for the past month and a half, and it's nearly impossible because I go in to apply for a job with, like you guys are saying, 100 other applicants, and all 100 applicants want the job, and only 1, 2, 3 positions are available. So
Well, and the biggest thing with like jobs being available is the most jobs that are available are in like healthcare and areas where you have to have a degree to work there. If you're cutting higher education, like it doesn't really make sense because you're cutting back on all those people that can get jobs in those places.
exactly.
So
With the
it's
increase of
making it more
education,
and more
you can't take
difficult to get jobs there, and there aren't lower level jobs anymore. So
You know, it's interesting. I moved here from St. George, and there's a really high population of Latinos from Mexico and everything. They've actually gone back to Mexico because there's easier jobs to find. It's easier to find jobs there. It's serious. One of my friends.
Back now, then, I guess.
It's like we'll be hopping the
No,
border the
seriously.
other way, right?
Send
No,
me
one of my
back.
friends
Well, that's not funny.
works at the school, in the school office, and she says every day there are at least 5 Latino kids that are being taken back to Mexico because their parents can't find jobs here. So if that's saying that you're saying the lower level jobs are not there anymore. There is a lot of other things that we have so many hoops to jump through just to live, and then going to school on top of that. I mean, it's insane.
yeah, and when we can't pay for it, it's ridiculous.
So, How much of an increase do you think your chances are personally in finding a better position and having a better life with substantial help from the government and being able to finish school? How well do you think you'll be off after that? Just
Secure job where we are not going to be concerned